I've been stuck in an endless highway tunnel for 7 days. Day 4. Phone died. I think batteries drain faster in here. I don't know what time it is. No way to tell. I didn't come across any more service spots after the last post I made anyway. I'm writing in my journal to keep me sane. I'm writing in my journal to keep me sane. I'm not dead yet. I am not dead yet. I am not dead yet. I saw the creatures last night after I walked for hours, maybe even days. They were suddenly illuminated by my flashlight in the dark, lining the sides of the tunnel. Just watching me. At least I think. They didn't have eyes. Probably evolved to be rid of them after the centuries in the tunnel, maybe? They hummed my tune again, softly, almost indistinguishable from the whistling of the wind. They were human-like, but dark gray, veiny, skinny, tall. Limbs slightly too long. Again, no eyes, and just small holes for a nose and ears. Where was the mouth? The mouth. The mouth. The mouth. I walked past them all, backs pressed flat against the tunnel walls with their arms pinned to their sides. I passed hundreds of them, noticing more and more features. Huge flat feet planted firmly to the ground, long sharp fingernails on fingers with at least 5 knuckles. One on its own, standing in the middle of the tunnel, blocking my path. Its back to me. I stopped. Should I speak? I stood there watching it for some time, debating what I should do. I turned around. All of those things were now facing towards me, leaning, peering around each other. Their humming grew louder. I looked back to the one standing in front of me. It, too, faced me now. I gasped, overtaken by its putrid gasoline smell and its slimy, featureless face. Then, its face started splitting. Its skin was pulling, ripping apart. Dark blood oozed as its flesh tore. The mouth. The mouth. The mouth. It opened wide, and I looked inside. Look inside. Look inside. Look inside. I saw everything. The answer. Day 5. I'm writing in my journal to keep me sane. I'm writing in my journal to keep me sane. I'm writing in my journal to keep me sane. I'm going crazy in here. Never-ending darkness, the same tunnel walls, the same puddles and pebbles, the same strange noises echoing through this hollow tomb. Get me out! Get me out! I'm afraid I've seen too much. They won't let me leave now that I know things. I know what they are, what I am, what we are. Collective consciousness. Nothing matters. Everything is meaningless. Or is everything full of meaning? I'm not making any sense. I need to conserve my light. Day 6. I understand now. I cannot leave. This is where I am meant to be. I ended up here for a reason. They never wanted to hurt me. They wanted to show me. I am more than this body, this life. I am more than a lost drifter, constantly searching for meaning, for a place I belong. I was right. We are all connected. Except we aren't living parallel lives. We are all living the same life in different universes. In one universe, we are me, and in another, we are you. We are everyone, all at once. When I looked inside, the mouth, the mouth, the mouth. I saw everything. I saw every human experience, everything you've ever done, everything anyone's ever done. I possess the knowledge that comes with having billions upon billions of life experiences. All of you have it too. You just need to look inside. You just need to look inside. You just need to look inside. Look inside. Day 7. I walk with them now. We hum together. April 30th. My daughter's body was found by a hunter and his 2 young sons. She was somewhere in a Nebraskan wildlife management area. Poor kids were traumatized. June was troubled. She dealt with paranoid delusions and manic depressive episodes throughout her life. She would often disappear for weeks at a time. I worried, of course. I always did. But after so many times, so many calls to the cops, only for her to show up weeks later, the reports became routine. Empty words to them. By the 15th time, they stopped taking me seriously. I don't blame them. June was lost. A lonely, sick young woman who wandered the planet like a ghost. Please, don't go looking for this tunnel she was so obsessed with in her final days. There was no goddamn tunnel near her body. She was found dead in the woods, leaning against a tree. Her car, still missing. She had gouged out her eyes with her bare hands. She had broken her own jaw, so her mouth hung open wide. Beside her, her journal. The entries I uploaded here. Maybe they'll give you closure. Maybe they'll stop you from thinking she's still out there. Stop you from looking. It was only a matter of time. I'm just glad June finally felt connected to something when she passed. I feel connected too. Ever since I identified her body at the morgue. Ever since I saw the mouth, the mouth, the mouth. Ever since I looked inside. And that was I've Been Stuck in an Endless Highway Tunnel for 10 hours, 32 hours, and 7 days. By Snotty Rocket. Now, I didn't realize this was a series when I first requested access to cover this, but I'm so glad it ended up being one, because I was able to I really hope you guys enjoyed my idea of splitting up kind of the 3 ways to make it feel like it's a little bit more stretched out. And I think it just kind of really added credence to this horrific thing. Almost like you're finding like a weird journal over a period of time, right? It's telling a great story. So I like the fact that you've got a horrific highway tunnel. Not the first time we've heard about a horrific highway tunnel of mysterious, crazy shit. But it's always nice to see them kind of really taking advantage of that. I think it's a great little medium of just bizarre shenanigans going on where there might be something that makes sense, but it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say. For all we know, it could just be kind of like, it could be like a dawn-to-dawn situation where, basically a lady lives in a creepy-ass tunnel, like Inunaki Tunnel, for example. And, I don't know. It's a little different, I suppose, because it's not exactly an endless tunnel. But I suppose she could make it endless, being a crazy yokai herself. I suppose there could be yokai in the story. It could be some other kind of malevolent spirit force. It could be some kind of internal manifestation conflict thing. I think there's a number of ways that this story could really be interpreted. I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really amazing. The part where she was thinking about talking to the one on its own, and the others all she turned around, the rest were looking at her as well. That reminded me of one of my first ever and favorite horror video games ever, called Condemned Criminal Origins. Is this amazing scene where you're in I don't even remember, I think it was a mall or something like that. But basically there's these mannequins. It was the first time I ever got to experience mannequins following you and being really weird, but yet again, only when you're not looking at them. It was just amazing. Really, really good shit. But this is an original Xbox. It was ages ago. Anyway, gushing aside, this story's, what does there to really say? It's got a lot of interesting, great detail. It kind of keeps the focus where you want it to be. How it's a little bit of the survivor mentality, trying to figure out what's going on and what they're supposed to do. Having I feel where they also have a bit of an interaction with Redditors as well. So it's got a little bit of inside fourth wall interaction going on. But, ultimately, I love how the journal kind of just delves further into this madness. It's almost like they are brainwashed in a sense, right? And you don't really find out what else happens. Probably turns into one of these creatures. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe for all we know, it's part of how the system works. For all we know, maybe the whole tunnel's alive. We don't really know. But I like the fact that we later on get a report from the mother in the same story. And it's, just so cool. So cool. And then, you find out that she had to go to the morgue and identify the body and stuff. And now she's somehow been contaminated, shall we say. God, no, I really, really enjoyed this story. I thought it was super fun. I really like being able to cover something that has multiple parts. That way I can kind of spread it out a little bit. I can make it feel a little bit more immersive in a way. I thought this was awesome. Snotty Rocket, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this amazing story and this amazing opportunity to be able to bring a voice to it. Or my voice, anyway. I'm selfish. No, this was awesome. This was really, really fun. It's given me potential ideas for my own stuff that I'm working on. But hush, hush. I'm not quite ready to reveal those things yet. Anyway, what has this made me think of? Well, besides obviously the specific scene in Condemned Criminal Origins, the classic one is any movie or game, which there are tons of games that like to utilize the idea of When you're not looking at something, that is when it moves. I mean, there's countless. God, I can't think of them off the top of my head. Besides, obviously, Condemned Criminal Origins, but I know everybody out there knows them. I know we all know. I think that the last one I played that had that element was a very scary Backrooms. The fucking goofy ass skeletons. It's very funny. Let me know down in the comments below what other games where that mechanic is very much used, because I know there's shit tons. I've seen it tons of times. Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 had kind of mannequin-y weird creatures that kind of did that. But you could still see them on the screen. It's just whatever your character was looking at. Whatever. Yeah, let me know down below. When it comes to like movies or anything, I am not sure. I'm sure there's movies about creepy highway tunnels. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, I really can't. That's weird. Or about mannequins. I mean, I suppose there probably are some about mannequins, but yeah, yet again, for some reason, they're not coming to me, because it was the very specific things that jumped out to me right away. Sorry, I've also been playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and so my mind, for some reason, thinking of these creatures, thinks of like the Curator. Really strange. I'm not sure why that keeps popping in my head for some reason. Yeah. Let me know down in the comments below what this made you think of, and maybe some really cool ideas, things like that. I'd really like to hear from you guys. It's always nice having a little bit of comments, a little bit of a repertoire going. This has been it's been fun. It's been really fun. I've been Nate at Night, and I've had a wonderful time, and I sure hope you have too. Let me know how you doing, and we will see you next time. Cheers, guys. Thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members who've been supporting this channel so far. This has been a fantastic effort. Thank you so much. I couldn't do any of this without your support, really. I really can't. Thank you. You can also show support through a donation at coffee.com/nateatnight, or whenever I'm live streaming through Super Chats of YouTube or through Twitch. And whenever you donate, I'll be sure to read your messages out on stream.